Hi, everyone, and a special welcome to all of my friends, especially those in the world of Catholic Youth Ministry. Great to have you here, and thanks for finding me. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Joe Rouchet, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel, Catholic Youth Ministry Matters. Again, so great to have you here. I'm excited about our topic today because we continue the series, Building a Volunteer Dream Team. And you can check the links below on previous shoots that we've had that I hope is going to be very, very helpful. We today are going to focus on the topic of a tool that is vital, essential, and without it, I don't know how you actually complete the job of building a volunteer dream team. We're going to be talking about a special tool that I discovered, and I'm going to share with you that is essential. So if you're ready, let's go. What is this amazing tool? It is called an organizational chart or an org chart. I know it may sound a little boring, a little bland, but trust me, it'll save your life, create less stress for you, and you'll look impressive when you have this all together. So we're going to look at the organizational chart that I used at the amazing Church of St. Paul when I was leading that entire operation, and we're going to walk through it very simply, very quickly, top down, so that you'll know what the components are and how to piece one together for your own. As you glance at this org chart, you just see a top-down flow at the top. For purposes here is the St. Paul, Church of St. Paul and Ham Lake Youth Ministry Program. I would be at the top, you would be at the top at your parish. And if you've got an assistant and a second assistant, I wish that would be great. So as you look at this organizational chart, you begin to see what was going on at the Church of St. Paul and Ham Lake when I was there. There was me at the very top as the youth minister, and then I had an administrative assistant, Bonnie. You can see that I've listed the 4 major areas that I was responsible for. Junior high, grade 7 through 9, confirmation, senior high, and the retreat team. So when you look at putting an org chart together, what are those 4 or 3 or 2 major areas that you're responsible for? Get those near the top. And then the next thing that I did, I just sat down one day and said, okay, what are all the components? I couldn't capture every single one of them, but I captured most of the big ones. So you could see under there, under junior high, there's 5 bubbles: Wednesday nights, small group leaders, training and fellowship, special events, and summer events. That was sort of the junior high program at a glance, you see. And I put a number there. Small group leaders, we needed 20. We had an army of junior high kiddos. And the same thing for confirmation, grade 10, Wednesday nights. We needed theme and curriculum, small group leaders, and you can read down the list there: training and worship, special events. So these are all the slots for people that I need, positions I had open for volunteers. And the same thing with senior high. And again, as you put yours together, there might be other big boulders that you're responsible for. And you could just list out 4 or 5 or even more of the major components of those, and then you can begin to realize how many people you're going to need to run this program. And again, as you look at your parish, those 4 major ministry areas, of course, will probably change or be a little bit different than this, and that is just fine. So under senior high, grades 11 through 12, I had Mark and Donna coordinate that. And of course, if you look back at the confirmation, there's Ron and Jan, and then Steve and Betsy, all volunteers, completely volunteers here at the Church of St. Paul and Ham Lake. 50 small group leaders and another 30 support volunteers that did a whole host of things that are listed in this org chart. Senior high, grades 11 and 12, Mark and Donna did a killer job. There's the details underneath to give me an idea of the staffing and personnel and volunteers I'm needing to run the whole senior high program. And the retreat team is something me and Suzanne Bartels from the St. Paul's and Ham Lake took care of. And that was like the Young Apostles group. There's about 12 high schoolers who are ready to roll, ready to rock, to go deeper and help lead retreats, peer ministry retreats, the confirmation retreats, help with some small group leading. And they were just an excellent team. They were able to get out to World Youth Day with Net Ministries, and what a great team that they were. So as you look at this sheet, this gives you the entire snapshot, or at least a pretty good snapshot of what's happening in the youth ministry program. And you can adapt this at your parish to accommodate all the little nuances and all the little extras that I know that you're probably doing that are not listed on here. So take this and make it work for you. So the organizational chart gives you the big picture of what you do there in your youth ministry program. You cannot put every single thing on the organizational chart, but you sure can try. And the more, the better, and you can develop that over the years. But it lets you know what you're doing. It lets you know approximately how many volunteers you need, and it gives them an idea of the scope and magnitude of your ministry and how many other people are involved. And another beautiful thing about the organizational chart, when a prospective volunteer candidate sees the organizational chart, they see where they fit into the bigger picture and all the other people involved, and it creates a little excitement that you're organized, that you're going somewhere, and that you do have people who are helping you with the cause. You'll look like a pro, you look like you know what you're doing, and that is the kind of person that they would like to volunteer with. And there's good news to help you in this whole campaign of getting an org chart together. Go online, and there are a number of free software programs that help you create an organizational chart for your church. They've done all the work, and technology has got to the point where you can add a photo of these people along with their name, and then with a click they can be emailed or phone called. That's it for our episode below. Thanks again for tuning in. If you got just a quick second to help me out, hit that like button down below and the bell icon next to it. Lastly, I'd love to come to your parish. You can check out my website down below for all the details. Until then, keep up the mission because you matter and Catholic Youth Ministry matters.